Well, good morning everyone. I'm here on Memorial Avenue in Timaru. During the winter we bought this house here, and I thought I'd just record it a little bit to give a before and after presentation of the house here, so that I've got a bit of a record of how we received it and what we do with it over the years to make it ours. It's a Lockwood home built in 1980. It seems to have good bones and everything. Two owners, one owner for 20 years, another owner for 20 years. Down the end of the street is the Memorial Avenue Anzac. The building in the background there is the hospital. And just this little triangle here where we're going to is the memorial to the soldiers of the Boer War. King Street there, running straight down to the wharf, and Timaru Centre is CBD is down behind that shed there, about a kilometre. Our house is up on a hill and got good drainage and everything. The previous lady had dogs, and so she enclosed this front yard here to keep the pets in the front garden, and has established these fruit trees here being Feijoas. There's a series of fruit trees across the front here. We think that these are a nectarine, peach and apple at the end there. And she's got extensive planting all the way around here with box hedges. I have to learn how to do that. Some asparagus there, some rhubarb there, some fencing there for privacy. And I've got to tidy all this up. Overall, the house is what they call that, cedar, with double glazing here. And this side here, where they've extensively altered the internals, they've put vertical colour steel on there. A fern garden here, and I'm going to put a gate there with poolside panels on into the backyard. I'll take you around that way later on. So she's done some planting here to give us some privacy here through the lounge window, and just recently we've had the internet data cables applied. Across the fence there's roses growing. There's a barrier, and we're looking forward to the garden kicking on in this next month. Out the front of the lounge here, we've got this bigger lounge here, and we're going to get some tables and chairs that'll be ideal here for us to have a meal in. Got our big heat pump here. That's quite a big one. It's 6.5 kilowatt. My plan is to improve the security here. I've got a panel door to go where the little car is here. I'm going to build a porch or a deck out here and put a door at the front here. That way it can be secure from this point on back into the backyard here. The big van won't fit in, but I may be able to put a lean-to porch on the side there. Bring it out over the top of the van and put a freestanding porch on there. We'll see whether the previous owners had established the wheelchair access here for her husband, who was managed in this house, and this would be his main way of getting in and out of the. What Bev and I were so interested in this house is the extensive backyard we've got here. I'll take you down this side for a starter. Myself a little workshop there for my toys and things here. So that's a little place that I can do my projects and do the maintenance on my motorbike, etc. She's really lovely little gardens here. That's a lovely pear tree apparently. And Bev's bought some tillandsias up from the South Island that she's getting going here. She just wanted to protect them until the spring. You'd think that the birds were nesting in here, but that's what she's doing. The tillandsias are in under there and then under there and there, and so that'll it looks a bit manky at the present time, but that'll help get that established. Got two lawn areas, one here and one across the back there. I'll take you there. Done the edges very well, and the flowers are starting to bloom. Some rhododendrons, I don't know what those ones there, whether they're going to grow again. A few ferns, etc. And this blossom tree here will give us some shade in the hot afternoon when we set up our barbecue area here. Why I'm putting this little video together is because I'm already doing some development here, getting ready to put some pea straw down to keep the weeds down. This area in front of the trellis work there was all the bamboo here that she'd cut down here, cut big bamboo stalks. So I've mulched it all up and tidied up that area there. She'd put the bamboo all up against the fence there, and that's rotted out the bottom board all the way along here. And this one here is manky as well, so it's a matter of fixing that. This is my junk corner here at the present time, something to get fixed up. We've got a bloke who's got a digger that'll come and be able to get into this backyard here and dig these bamboo roots out. This little garden here, these are apple trees and spoliated apple trees. Another one here, another one there. And what I'm doing is establishing some edges for a little garden here. We don't want much of a garden for two people, and so I thought I'd just show you where I'm up to with all this, is building this little box part here. I've got a place here for a compost bin, and I've got to tidy up this corner too. I don't know what this tree is yet, but hopefully that'll be some sort of fruit tree. The garden shed here will be helpful too. I'm going to be, this is a double door, and I'll be able to get my motorbike in here and build some racks here for gardening equipment, etc. So I'll be able to get the bike in here when I'm not using it in the winter months. But all the fruit trees are starting to kick on now, with maybe just early blooming there. On the back of the shed here in this back corner is my idea of having a chicken run here, and it'll come around and pick up this tree here, so this corner will be a place for the chickens. Rooting out these bamboos here, got a few, but it's too hard to work for an old bloke like me. I'm going to get a digger in. I think that's another one there that she's poisoned too, but we'll give them a tickle up with a digger. Effectively that's half of the backyard, and this is the other half here, which is of interest to us. We got a swimming pool as well. Well, we don't know how much use we are going to get out of a swimming pool, but the previous man used to attract the ducks and the wildlife here and watch it from the conservatory there with his wheelchair, looking down into here when the ducks would arrive in the morning to have their bread and things that he had put out for them. So this is a 52,000 litre Bermuda pool, and there's a heap of goldfish in there. Now if I were to say there was 10, I would be underestimating by about 1,000. There would be in excess of 1,000 goldfish in there. Because I'm walking around the edge, they duck for cover and go down deep. We throw food in there of a morning for them, you know, just a small amount, and they're all up on the surface feeding. So if I stand still, you'll soon see them. But that hasn't been cleaned out in, say, 10 or 12 years. And they were throwing hay bales in there to feed the ducks on and attract them to this area. So I'm picking that there'd be 10 or 15 bales of rotten composted stuff in there. How are you going to get rid of that, Alvin? Well, I can get a big suction machine in. He'll park over there behind my motorbike. We'll run a hose over and he'll go. Part of the thing here is a brand new glass house here, or that we can do some planting and things like that. She never ever used it, and this was part of the gardening there. Now, if you're going to have this as a swimming pool, you can't have it with a food or play area. It's all got to be screened off and childproof fences. I don't think these are childproof fences here because you can step and get over them. Hello, Bev. Good morning.
Hello.
Are you going to do some bit of feeding, are you?
I was just going to show your video.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It takes a little while for them. I never feed them this end of the pool, but I'm sure they'll come up.
You will. Here they're starting to come to the surface now. And they're furtive for a starter. But when you're sitting up there in the conservatory looking down, they are there in their bloody thousands. Some of them are up to 8 inches long, and I've put that pump on there, see that pump? Filter system there, just to take the pool down to see how manky it is round there. And I filled the filter with little fledglings only about this, about 1.5 inches long. Some of the big ones are up to 10 inches long in here. I think they're called carp, but they're all surviving in there without aeration or circulation. So something's gone right now for them to be breeding, haven't they? What we get is the occasional duck that still turns up here. One flew in tonight, but as they come between the house and those trees there, one missed it and landed in the next yard there. But they pop in here and see if there's any food about for them and then clear off again. In fact, they came here chasing a hen, and they were mating here on the pond for a while, weren't they? Let's see these fish. Bamboo in this yard as well. One there, and one there. So that'll be another project for the digger when he gets here. Fence down and to come on in. So these tiles have been down now 40 years, and so they're got some growth between them, but I have killed all the algae on the top there and the lichen. That's all dead, and that'll come off. I've cleaned that up, and that's an example of what happens when you put the water blaster on it. So that's a project there. In under here and under the conservatory, we've got the filtration system. A bit of place here, storage here for a bit of junk. So we've got a big wall there to put Bev's art up on. I've just established the TV there. And here's Bev doing a little bit of sewing with our old dog here in attendance. The kitchen area, and through the back here, this is a hydraulic lift here where the wheelchair came from that room down here. I've closed it off until I get the steps again, and we've got a wet room, I think that's what we call it. Whoops. There through the entrance. And I've put another set of stairs up here into this room here as a go-round. So this is a small bedroom, and we're going to establish our library there and an office desk here. We inherited some budgies from our daughter up in Tauranga there, and they've come with us down here to Tauranga. So We give them a fly around in this area here, and they're keeping an eye on things. Good boys, hello. Pretty, pretty, pretty. When the sun strikes the conservatory here, it really generates some heat. So Bev had the idea of bringing the door off the glass house here and putting it here. And I'm going to build some frames with some stronger mesh on here too to keep the temperature down, because it just goes up to intolerable in no time at all. We've got some ideas, or Rachel and I have got some ideas of doing aquaponics there, to filter that water through some filtration systems, through some aquaponic tubs, grow some tucker, and also get some edible fish in there. We'll see how that eventuates. But I just thought I'd show you what we've got here, the potential, so that we can do another video in 6 months' time to see how we get on in the flush of summer. Okay, that's it all for now. Thanks for watching. Over and out. Have I got a special treat for you today? Just to finish this video off here, I got my niece here, Louise, and
from the Matty Pigeon Racing Federation.
And in here, she's got some birds. Another car full there. Look at them all.
And this is it, they left from 6 Memorial Ave. Is that all right? We're going to show Oamaru, you guys are going to be winners. Let's go, go girls, home!
Away they go, look. They're joining up. Look. Did we let go?
I think about 25 today.
Yeah.
Yes.
And these are just getting the exercise.
Just getting stronger so that we can beat Oamaru. We lost today by 1 minute on Saturday.
Right. So these are more juvenile ones or the more senior ones, are
Senior.
they? Yeah.
Senior.
Just get them all strong. And then, so you give them how many flies a week?
We try to give them about 4.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's lovely. Thanks for sharing that with us,
You're
Louise.
welcome.
It's lovely.